Alright, today's review is going to be on Infinity War. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so for the plot, I have got a 9 flat. This movie's plot, it is just kind of this large, big, arcing story of basically Thanos, going after the Infinity Stones and then how the Avengers are preparing for it. The forces that Thanos sent out to Earth and elsewhere to go get the stones and basically just his entire like path to the snap pretty much. um but yeah, I think the plot is a decently complex one. It again, it benefits these movies, these big build up movies, the Avengers movies. They benefit a lot from the connected universe aspect of it. Of every time you watch an MCU movie, you understand it's another step towards the big movie, and this is one of the big movies, this and Endgame. So yeah, 20 however many movies led up to this. So yeah, the plot is going to be a 9. It's like that's you've made this that important. All right, so dialogue. Got a 7.9 for the dialogue. A lot of it's just explaining the situation as far as what's going on in the movie. They do have some good comedic lines in here, and there are some good memorable lines, like "Bring me Thanos," and then I think Scarlet Witch has got some good lines in here. Obviously, Captain America's got some good lines with the "We don't trade lives" or whatever. That was a little stupid, but classic Captain America line. Yeah, they've got good comedic lines in here, and that's mainly what saves it. They don't really have a lot of like iconic non-comedic lines, I guess. There's a lot of iconic comedic lines from this movie, but yeah, dialogue kind of boils down to it's got good comedy in it, and the characters pull it off well. And that goes hand in hand with the acting in this movie. The acting, there's so many different performances to gauge from this movie because there's so many different characters in it, but overall the collective sum of all the characters and all the actors ends up being about a 8.6 in my mind. I feel like the main like heavy players, heavy hitters in the movie are Chris Hemsworth, Elizabeth Olsen. I feel like Chris Evans does a really good job. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. does a really good job. Outside of that, Josh Brolin actually might be the best performance in the movie. Now that I think about it, I didn't mention him because he was the villain, but yeah, I think that actually is the best performance in the movie. All right, so cinematography, 8.9. And this movie looks really good. This movie, again, big budget movie, big action ideas, and they pulled it off very well. They made Thanos, who is a massive purple alien, look realistic and look good. Yeah, so just props to him for that. And then the soundtrack, 9.3 for the soundtrack. This movie is like, I think it's violins or just strings in general. It's got a great soundtrack. It really like kind of puts you in this like mood of despair almost. But yeah, basically, this movie has got the second highest soundtrack out of any Marvel movie in my opinion, and I think it's deserving. I think the entire time it fits, and then you also got to think about like the Thor landing and Wakanda scene too. That is a really meaningful soundtrack, like the hype Avengers theme in the background. They've just got a lot of things like that in this movie that just really set the tone and they give it that epic sort of vibe. Yeah. All right, so let's do the bonus categories. Got an 8.6 for the comedy. I mean, again, I said earlier with the dialogue, I feel like that's mainly comedy. So as far as the comedy category itself goes, 8.6. They've got a lot of good jokes in this movie. World building, we got it at a 9.5. This is another launching point for the MCU. They establish a lot of what their future stories are going to be in this movie and in Endgame. So it does a lot for wrapping things together in the first movies, like the first 20 or however movies they put out, but it also launches the movies forward. Okay, then the characters. I gave the characters for the bonus category a 10. I mean, again, this is about as good as you're going to get as far as characters go. And then action, I gave it a 9.3. I just think, again, it's almost as good as you can get as action. I mean, it's one of those movies. They've got so many characters, so many different ability sets, so many different power sets to work with, and they do it pretty well. Yeah, outside of that, the iconic grade is a 9.5. I mean, I feel like again, this is one of the biggest action movies of all time, one of the biggest movies of all time. Like, it's a big deal for a movie. So we got the total rating here, and it is a 9.2. Now, honestly, a lot of this comes from the bonus ratings when you really look at it. The 9.5 world building, the 10 characters, the 9.3 action, the 9.5 iconic great, and then the 8.6 comedy. I get when you look at the collective ratings over here, I've only got one above a 9.2. So when you're looking at averaging those out, it wouldn't necessarily average to a 9.2, but there's a lot of extra stuff that this movie does outside of the core five things to grade off of. But yeah, so that is my review for Infinity War. Let me know what you guys thought about the movie Infinity War, and let me know what you guys thought about my review of Infinity War. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and peace.